So today in the shop, we have Red Bull and an F-150 to work on. Specifically, white peach and an oil change. Let's get right into it. So one of the first things we have to do is prep the lift. We're going to put some longer reaching arms here and then get our height extensions so we can reach the bottom of the frame. It's pretty easy here. We just have a kind of a set screw that'll hit against this weld. So we're just going to swap that. You can see a little bit of different length. This is just so we can reach underneath the running boards and reach the frame itself. Kind of typical on two posts as well. Go ahead and tighten this down. Do the same on the other side. And then we just have some height extensions here. Okay, there's our second lift arm. Another height adapter. Adjustable lift pad. Lock those in. Do the same over here. All right. Now we're going to bring the truck in. Even though we have the lift, we have to thread the needle. Truck has to go in between the garage rail and the motor. So we're going to go ahead and get it moved in here and positioned. All right. She's a tight fit, but she'll work. Let's get our hood popped here, get our lift into place. Get everything all set up. So you can kind of see again, we're threading the needle. Hopefully it'll show up on camera there between the rail and the motor. So we're looking pretty good. All the more reason to have one of the top side openers to get rid of this whole rail. Give me a lot more room. Something for the future. There's always improvements to be made in the shop, you know. All right, so now this lift is nice. We're just going to wheel it underneath and get to work here. Looks like these height adapters might even be too high, so we'll see. As long as I can scoot underneath the running boards there. Nope, they're touching the frame, so we're just going to bring this down a little bit. No biggie. Looks like this right side's kind of hitting a little bit of a spot with the shielding underneath, so we're going to go ahead and remove this pad for a moment. Okay. What we're trying to do is basically get this pillar as close as we can to the door for the center of gravity here. Okay. It's going to be hard to see on camera, but I'm just kind of eye level with things down here. Okay. Let's keep her going. I don't want to get too close to the running board because as it comes up, I don't want it to contact, so we're going to call her good right about here. Lower everything down. Let's get a light. Get the pad set up. Raise her up. I'm actually going to go a little bit further in. Let's call it right there. That feels pretty good. Okay. See how much I can show you guys what's going on under here. Okay, that side looks good. Other side now. All right. Since we don't plan to really be up under here during this process, we're just going to loosen our oil fill, pop our dipstick, basically so the oil will drain faster. Let's go ahead and shut this gently so we have a little bit more headroom on the ceiling. Now, believe it or not, this is actually my first time lifting this truck on this lift. The truck weighs 5,400, 5,600 or so on a weigh scale. The lift is a 7,000 pound capacity, so we should be well within the headroom. And that's usually with like a mid to full tank of gas. So I'm just checking kind of the back against there. We're going to make contact with the lift points and check and make sure that she is contacting properly. So here we go. Okay, contact. Let's check our pads out. Good. 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 This one looks good too. It's a little bit off the side, but plenty of surface area. So, okay, let's keep her going. See how much height we get out of this monster. Okay, a little bit of a noise. Let's make sure that that wasn't anything crazy. Just some things settling. I'm being mindful of that running board. Pretty close, but we'll check out the back bumper over here. Yeah, she's tight, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, check her out again. Yeah, she'll clear, but not by much. So, again, we're just being a little conservative with how we're raising things. Looks like we're good on that side. I'm looking up here. Good over there. Let's keep her going. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, we're going to stop about there. Come down gently on the locks. It's a lot of weight, so you just want to be pretty careful. Okay. Yep, she clears. Again, there's not a lot of room for error, but let's get a couple pole jacks underneath. Give us a little bit more stability here. So we're just giving her a little bit more stability here, just to be on the extra safe side. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. There. A little bit more stability. Always a good idea, especially with this being as big and heavy as a truck as it is. Let's go ahead and get our drain wheeled over here. We got some lights set up. Seem pretty much at the height here, so go ahead and make sure you guys can see what's happening here. Okay. These are typically a 15 for Fords. Make sure you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, so we're going to let that drain for a minute. Let's go ahead and check our new oil. Check our filter here. All right, so for this truck, we have 520, we have 7.7 quarts. We have 19 foot-pounds of torque on the drain bolt. Okay. And I believe our oil is now done draining, so we're going to move on to our oil filter. Just about done draining, I'd say. Some of this off the shield. All right, she's draining now, or dripping, so let's go ahead and get our drain bolt. Clean this up here. Get this hand tight, and then we'll torque it down here. Okay. Clean up some of this. Move on to the filter. The reason I waited for this to fully drain is the filter is supposed to drain out of here, but oftentimes it comes out the front. So we'll see where it wants to gravity drain from here. And we'll spray that all with brake clean once we're all done. So we just have an oil filter adapter there. Basically just a large socket to take it off. Let's get an extension here. So again, it's supposed to drain out the back, but it likes to come down this channel on occasion. So let's just see where she wants to come out. Get both spots ready here. Okay. Oh, she has come out of the back. Okay, let's see if she stays that way. That's where she's supposed to come out, so. So I'm just loosening this by hand and watching the trickle, because there's going to be a surge as soon as I pull it off the filter housing here. Yep, there she goes. Okay. She's caught on one more little thread. There we go. So I'm just kind of tilting her backwards here. It's basically a drip tray that sits underneath this housing. So I'm just giving her a chance to kind of sit like this. And that's it. So we'll let her drain here. We'll keep this kind of in the same area just to catch any straggler. Clean up the housing. Put our new filter on. Let's get that prepped. Just gonna hang this for a second so we can make sure we get that all cleaned up. It's a little hard to get the camera up and in there, but just clean up that mating surface as much as we kind of can there. Doesn't make the biggest deal because there's a fat rubber gasket, but just be extra careful. Okay. Let's get some oil on our filter here. Nothing crazy, just a little bit here. Just lubing the seal. All right, so now we got our filter all looped up. Just going to go ahead and hand tighten this. And we'll spray some brake clean here. Clean things up. Go ahead and get our oil drain out of here. We are done with that. Free up some space underneath the lift. Okay. Get some brake clean out. Spray some stuff down. Got a little bit of drippage down there on the concrete, but that's from the filter, so typical. Just kind of thin that out. Spray up underneath the filter here. Okay, we'll let her drip and kind of evaporate. Let's go ahead and torque down our drain bolt. Overkill, but it's fine. Okay, we're just going for 19 foot-pounds here. Okay. That's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and lower her down. Fill her up. Make sure she's not leaking. All right, we're going to raise it up off the supports and then we'll lower her down. Yep, she's off the locks. Pull these pole jacks out of here. Get our light out of here. We're just going to lower her down nice and slowly. let her kind of settle here. She's kind of jumping. Okay. She's all the way down now. Let's go ahead and get the garage door open. Get some air moving in here. Fill her up. And that'll pretty much do it. All right, we're going to start with 5 quarts just directly in. Let's get our funnel kind of secured here next to the battery blanket. Okay. So again, 520, 7.7 quarts. Always an interesting measurement when you have these 0.7s, 0.3s. Right. Nice and gentle. We don't need it overfilling out of the valve cover here. For anybody who deals with these 5-quart jugs and they start to gurgle, and pour them sideways so the air doesn't get trapped, so you don't have that splashing that happens from the air trying to get past the fluid there. It'll be nice and smooth and no drama, just like that. Okay. Just get that out of here now. 5 quarts down. Let's go ahead and make a mark on our 2.7 quarts that we need now. All right, so we're going to get a paint pen here. It's always easier to add a little bit more than it is to take some out. So just be conservative with your pours. Take your time. We don't want to overfill if we can avoid it. So now that we have this marked, so we have 6 quarts, 7 quarts, 7.5. This is more like 7 1/3. So we really at the end want to be like right about there, but we're just going to kind of sneak up on it. Usually the best policy. Okay, let's see where we're at on that. So we're about a little bit over a quart in. So again, we're just checking, making sure we're not going too crazy. Like that. Okay, we're right about there, so let's go just a little bit further. So that's about 7.5. Just go a little bit further. And then we're going to run it, make sure we don't have any leaks. Make sure she's at a good oil level. Top it off if we need to. Yep, feeling pretty good there. She will go down as she fills the filter up, so we'll give her a quick check, see what she's at before she cycles some oil through, but All right, so she's right at the full mark here, right about there. So again, she's gonna go down a little bit as we start her and she fills the filter, but not much. And then we'll let her run, let her heat up just a little bit again. Get that oil nice and thin and circulated. And then we'll shut her off, check her, fill her up, and that'll be that. All right, so always good to just do a quick mental check before we start the vehicle up. Drain plug tightened and torqued, filter lubed and tightened, hand tight, oil filled up, dipstick in, oil cap on. We are ready to go. Go ahead and reset our oil filter, our oil life indicator here. Let's reset our trips because that's what we use to keep a glance at how many miles between oil change. This one was about 48, so pretty conservative there. Let's get our oil life indicator. Reset. Okay. Perfect. Go ahead and make sure she doesn't have any leaks underneath. Might be kind of hard to see on camera. We'll see. Okay. Looks good underneath there. I'm going to let her run. Take her for a quick little drive. Let the oil circulate. Bring her back in. Top her off if we need to. But that will about do it for this video. If you enjoyed this, to see the lift in action, you know, with the heaviest vehicle in the fleet, this thing pretty much just laughed at it, so I was pretty pleased with that. Again, first lift, no drama, exactly how I like it. If you enjoyed this video, again, make sure to drop a comment down below, let me know what you're working on. Make sure to leave a like. Share this with your friends and family who you think might enjoy it as well. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned with more projects just like this. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.